Right, so now we continue to work on the predict product worksheet 1 double displacement. So you have to have your 4-color pen, okay, and to work on this. So again, this part is the same thing as the back, but the back you don't need to give me the reason, okay? But here you need to give me the reason, okay? So you only need to you only need to balance the equation when there's a reaction. So if the reaction is not take place, you don't even need to balance them. And you just write no reaction, okay? And here, for in any of the cases, there are 3 cases here. So give me the reason. So I'm gonna do 1 on each, okay? Right. So we need to also have this ability chart, right? All right, so first, we need to find out the state. So I'm not going to repeat that because I already repeat on the top how to find the state. So KOH is aqueous. HCl is also aqueous. So you need to find out the states of the 2 reactants first. If they're both AQ, then you can continue to draw the rainbow. Okay? If one of them is not AQ, one of them is solid, that means it just sit there without doing any reaction. It does not form ions. You don't even need to, you just write down the state, and one of them is solid or both of them are solid, you don't need to draw the rainbow and you will immediately write no reaction. But these 2 reactants are aqueous, so I get half chance, 50% of chance that reaction will take place. So I'm going to find out that reaction take place. We gotta underline, okay? We gotta underline right? So there are 4 ions here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so K is 1, OH is 1, H is 1, Cl is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna underline 1 and 4 using red pen, okay? And then I'm gonna underline 2 and 3 using green pen. Okay, so we're gonna draw the rainbow. So 2 and 3, 1 green rainbow inside. 1 and 4, red rainbow outside. Okay, because they're exchanging partners. Okay, they're exchanging partners. So positive have to go to negative again. So K cannot go together with H, because K is positive, H is also positive. K must go with Cl. OH is minus, so OH cannot go with Cl because Cl is also minus, so minus and minus cannot go together. So OH have to go with H. So you see that K and Cl plus or minus, H and OH plus or minus, that would be a perfect match. Okay, so always do it like that way. And then the next thing is we gotta draw a line for the coefficient line. Okay, and then usually the first one, the compound here, I will do the red one first. So on the top of that, I'm going to draw a bubble, a cloud or something. Okay, now here we have to put the K and the Cl. So always positive first. Okay, always positive first. So K plus, Cl minus. You can't write Cl minus and K plus because always positive first and negative next. Okay, and you gotta write, okay, K plus and Cl minus, they cross over, I will get KCl. Okay, KCl. And then the second part, I also put a box on it. Now this one is the OH and H. It's a green color, so I'm gonna put on the top. Okay, is also another cloud, but this time is a green. Now again, you can't put OH minus and H plus because positive first. Now again, how do you figure out the charge? You can cross over to find the charge, okay, or you know that the charge originally, okay, you can cross over, or you know the charge OH is minus, H is plus. Okay, again, positive first, negative next. So H plus, OH minus. Okay, so this will form H2O. Okay, this will form H2O. Okay, and then the state. Okay. Now, next is we check back the solubility chart. We find out the KCl is aqueous. H2O here is usually is a liquid. Okay, as long as you form H2O, okay, it doesn't matter it's a gas, but usually is H2O. Like when the reaction takes place, it always forms H2O liquid. Okay, now AQ is the reaction have the chance take place. Now the product, I say one of the product must be either water or gas or precipitate. Now here I do have water. So do you have reaction? Yes, because one of the product H2O is formed. Now since the reaction take place, finally I'm gonna balance the equation. So after the balance the equation will be 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so don't balance the equation until you make sure that there's a reaction take place, because don't waste the time. If there's no reaction, I don't need you to balance the equation. Okay, so then you can write the reason part. Okay, the first part of the reason is coming from the reactant. The second part, the reason comes from the product. If the reaction takes place, you must have two reasons at the same time, because these two conditions must be met in order for the reaction to take place. So the first reason is talking about the reactant. Okay, both reactants. Okay, both reactants are aqueous. Okay, so that's the first part of the reason. Both reactants are aqueous. Number two, one product, comma, H2O liquid, comma, is formed. Okay, so both reactants are aqueous. That's number one. Number two, one product H2O liquid is formed. Then I know reaction take place. Okay, this is the reaction take place. Rainbow, balance equation, all the states and the two reasons. Now we're gonna try the next one. K3PO4, and I'm gonna check the state. Okay, it is AQ. NaCl, okay, it's also AQ. Now, if you know both of the AQ, then you can start to draw the rainbow. Do not even start to draw the rainbow if one of them is not AQ, because they would not separate it. Don't even waste the time. So again, number 1, number 4 are red. Okay, number 2, number 3 are green. So 2 and 3, one rainbow. Okay. 1 and 4, another rainbow. And then I'm going to start to draw it. I get AQ, so I have 50% of the chance. So first I'm going to draw the coefficient line. So I'm going to start with the first one. Okay, now the K, if you after you cross over, okay, or you know K is +1 charge. K plus, and then Cl, either you do crossover or you know Cl is -1. So that's the first cloud. Okay, so KCl crossover, I got KCl, and I don't know the state. Okay, plus second bubble. The second bubble, okay, PO4. Okay, you can either look at the pink sheet, or you know that PO4 is 3- because you cross over, and then Na is a +1 charge because you cross over, or you know Na is a plus charge. So this is the second one. But again, always plus first. Always positive first. So Na plus. And then PO4, 3-. Again, always positive first, negative next. I'm going to circle this bubble. Okay. So this, I have to do crossover. And I will find, I get Na3PO4. Na3PO4. Okay, so I got this so far. Next is I'm going to check the state. Okay, so KCl, after I check the solubility, is aqueous. Na3PO4, after I check the solubility, is also aqueous. Now, you find out that none of the product is solid, none of the product is PPT or gas or water. Do I have reaction? No reaction. So here, I'm going to put a big cross on the arrow. No RX and Stefan, no reaction. Then you need to explain why I don't have reaction. Now, reactant is good, right? I don't need to talk about reactant, but I'm going to talk about the product part. What's wrong with that? Okay? I will just have one reason, because nothing wrong with the reactant. The reason for the product part is none of the products, gas or PPT or water is formed. Okay? None of the product, gas or PPT or water is formed. So this has no reaction. But I still need to draw the rainbow because AQ, I have to draw rainbow. Okay? But the reaction doesn't take place. I have to put an X on it. The reaction doesn't take place because the product, none of the product has gas or PPT or water. Alright, so next one. ZnOH2, if I check the solubility, it is solid. K2S is aqueous. Now, since one of the reactant is not aqueous, I don't even need to draw rainbow because the ZnOH2 is a solid, meaning that it's just not soluble, it does not ionize, it does not form ions, so you cannot do any exchange. So I don't even need to continue. I would just put an X on it and no reaction. And then you want to explain. You don't even need to continue. You don't need to do anything, right? So just like on the second example, once I have no reaction, I don't even need to balance the equation. But I still have to draw the rainbow because if I don't draw the rainbow, I didn't know that after I exchange the partners. Here, I don't even need to draw the rainbow. I don't even need to draw the balance equation. I just write no reaction. And then the reason part, the problem comes from the reactant. So you want to write one reactant, ZnOH2, comma, is not aqueous. Okay, so one of the reactants, ZnOH2, you have to specify which one it is. It's not aqueous. If both of them are not aqueous, then you will say both reactants are not aqueous. So the reason thing here, we use aqueous, we use not aqueous. Okay, that would be like simplify. Okay, and then the product part, you want to write which one is formed, which one is not formed. Okay.